delight, a destiny it shines. Magister, your ancient hand is broken in the light. Now are the days of wine and gilded arms. Now are the days when magic is reborn. Seal up the breach, the evil is no more. Once and for all, victory is ours. Darkness never ever rise again. Darkness never ever rise again. Dragons in the sky, the fighting has begun. Shadow versus light, and who will stand when it is done? Magus is in fright, his destiny it calls. Inquisitor, your hand will reprimand before he falls. Now are the days of wine and gilded arms. Now are the days when magic is reborn. Seal up the breach, the evil is no more. Once and for all, we'll close the darkened door. Darkness never ever rise again. Darkness never ever rise again. Peril in your eyes, the battle has begun. Death becomes the ashes of the evils yet to come. Inquisitor's delight, a destiny it shines. Magister, your ancient hand is broken in the light. Now are the days of wine and gilded arms. Now are the days when magic is reborn. Seal up the breach, the evil is no more. Once and for all, victory is ours.
Alduin's wings, they did darken the sky. His roar of fury's fire, and his scales sharpened sides. Men ran and they cowered, and they fought and they died. They burned and they bled as they issued their cries. Dovahkiin, Dovahkiin, naloksin los varim, wadain vokul mafera kasbal. Al finoro pal gran fod nostol sindrosan, Dovahkiin fachin kogen mudra. We need saviors to free us from Alduin's rage. Heroes on the field of this new war to wage. And if Alduin wins, man is gone from this world, lost in the shadow of the black wings unfurled. But then came the tongues on that terrible day. Steadfast as winter, they entered the fray. And all heard the music of Alduin's doom, the sweet song of Skyrim, sky-shattering Thum. And so the tongues freed us from Alduin's rage, gave the gift of the voice, ushered in our new age. And if Alduin's eternal, then eternity's done. For his story is over, and the dragons are gone. his story is over and the dragons are gone.
Thank you for watching.
The Dornishman's wife was as fair as the sun, and her kisses were warmer than spring. But the Dornishman's blade was made of black steel, and its kiss was a terrible thing. The Dornishman's wife would sing as she bathed in a voice that was sweet as a peach. But the Dornishman's blade had a song of its own, and a bite sharp and cold as a leech. As he lay on the ground with the darkness around, and the taste of his blood on his tongue, his brothers knelt by him and prayed him a prayer, and he smiled and he laughed and he sung. Brothers, oh brothers, my days here are done. The Dornishman's taking my life. But what does it matter? For all men must die, and I've tasted the Dornishman's wife. La 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 la.
Sarah was never an agreeable girl. Her tongue tells tales of rebellion, but she was so fast and quick with her bow. No one quite knew where she came from. Sarah was never quite the quietest girl. Her attacks are loud and they're joyful, but she knew the ways of nobler men, and she knew how to enrage them. She would always like to say, oh, I changed the past and you get all this day. Today she will fight to keep her way. She's a rogue and a thief, and she'll tempt her fate. Sarah was never quite the wealthiest girl. Some say she lives in a tavern, but she was so sharp and quick with her bow. Arrows strike like a dragon. Sarah was never quite the gentlest girl. Her eyes were sharp like a razor, but she knew the ways of commoner men, and she knew just how to use them. She would always like to say, oh, I changed the past and you get all this day. Today she will fight to keep her away. She's a rogue
He wouldn't pull his weight cause he was such a lazy jerk. He read was beneath him and he ran away to school to be an arcanist. This donkey was a fool. He's jackass, jackass, running through the halls, distracting all the students cause he's playing with his books and ink and papers, papers all around the class. But you can't be an arcanist when you're such a stupid ass. One day he strode to town from the university and started he and hawing every lady he did see. One when she tried to write him said he wasn't very kind, and a pizzle down to fizzle isn't what she had in mind. He's jackass, jackass, running through the halls, distracting all the students cause he's licking someone's books and ink and papers, papers all around the class. No, you can't be an arcanist when you're such a stupid ass. Now this donkey isn't simple, in fact he's kinda smart. That is if you consider assery to be an art. He's a well-bred ass, you can see it by his stride, and for a copper penny he will let you take a ride. He's jackass, jackass, running through the halls, distracting all the students as he stocks the teacher's books and ink and papers, papers all around the class. No, you can't be an arcanist when you're such a stupid ass.
We drink to our youth and today's come and gone, for the age of oppression is now nearly done. We'll drive out the empire from this land that we own. With our blood and our steel we will take back our home. All hail to Ulfric, you are the High King. In your great honor we drink and we sing. We're the children of Skyrim and we fight all our lives. And when Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our dreams.
These scars long have yearned for your tender caress, to bind our fortunes. Damn what the stars own. Rend my heart open, then your love profess, a winding, weaving fate to which we both atone. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet, to dream of raven locks and twisted stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. The wolf I will follow into the storm, to find your heart, its passion displaced by our ever-growing, hardening into stone, amidst the cold to hold you in a heated embrace. You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, lilac sweet, to dream of raven locks and twisted stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. I know not if fate would blind chance we've been bound. The wish I whispered when it all began, did it forge a love you might never have found? You flee, my dream come the morning. Your scent, berries tart, darks and twisted, stormy, of violet eyes glistening as you weep. I've a tale filled with horror and gore of the tyrant of days of yore. So lend me your ear and I'll fill it with fear as I sing of the mad King born. Be afraid of the mad King born. There's an evil beginning to form, like the clouds of a gathering storm. After so many years, he might finally appear. Be afraid of the mad King Thorn. Be afraid of the mad King Thorn. Now there once was a time when the northerners sang of a king they had crowned, more a boy than a man, more a pup than a wolf, with the cold of the realm in his eyes. He'd broken a vow to the lords of the twins, what a stranger, a beauty, but a promise there'd been. So the Lord Frey demanded a bridegroom as compromise. And the timbers groaned, river wind softly moaned. Oh, the king in the north doesn't know how a red wedding goes. Well, the feasting was plenty and the singing in tune, and the stark wolves they howled neath their northern moon. So loud were their cries that the closing of doors was drowned out. Lady Catelyn alone had the river's sharp ear, her dancing reels turned to the rains of Castamere. In her skin and bones growled a creature of doubt. And the timbers groaned, river wind softly moaned. Oh, the king in the north soon will know how a red wedding goes. There were arrows and daggers, and the touch of them burned. From players to slayers, in an instant were turned. And the foreigner queen was the first to fall under the knife. With 2 arrows in him, the king crawled to her side, while his mother she pleaded for the Lord to subside. But he'd taken their word, and to break it meant no right to life. And the timbers groaned, river wind softly moaned. Oh, the king in the north, now he knows how a red wedding goes. Lord Bolton approached with a thrust to Rob's heart. He gave him the Lannister lion's regards. The king's mother wept, for his last word had called her to him. There was nothing she felt cutting Lady Frey's throat, and she felt nothing more when they slashed her own. The North will remember, she thought, and they'll have all your skins. And the timber's grown, now the walls lie below. Oh, the king in the North, if he'd known how a red wedding grows. And the timber's grown, but the North waits. They know that one day the blood they are owed will run neath their souls, run neath their souls.
A bear, there was a bear, all black and brown and covered in hair. Oh, come, they said, come to the fair. The fair said he, but I'm a bear, all black and brown and covered in hair. And down the road from here to there, three boys, a goat and a dancing bear. They danced and spun all the way to the fair. Oh, sweet she was and pure and fair, the maid with honey in her hair, the maid with honey in her hair. The bear's one scent on the summer air, the bear, all black and brown and covered with hair. He smelled the scent on the summer air, he sniffed and roared and smelled it there, honey on the summer air. Oh, I'm a maid, I'm pure and fair, I'll never dance with a hairy bear, I'll never dance with a hairy bear. The bear, lifted her high into the air, the bear. I called for a night, but you're a bear, all black and brown and covered in hair. She kicked and wailed, the maid so fair, but he licked the honey from her hair, he licked the honey from her hair. Then she sighed and squealed and kicked the air, she sang my bed so fair. And off they went, the bear and the maiden fair.
Impératrice, c'est ton règne que nous honorons par cette chanson d'entour laïs. Nous glorifions ton nom. Impératrice, qu'importe les saisons, nous te défendrons et nos cicatrices grâce à
unfold concerning gold that guides so many wrong. Young Emma was a servant maid, she loved a sailor bold. He ploughed the main, much gold to gain, for his love we've been told. Ploughed the main for 7 years, and then he returned home. As soon as he set foot on shore, unto his love did go. He went unto young Emma's house, his gold all for to show, that he had gained upon the main, all in lowlands low. My father keeps a public house down by the side of the sea. You go there and stay the night, and there you wait for me. I'll meet you in the morning, but don't let my parents know. Your name it is young Edwin, the plough the lowlands low. Young Edwin, he sat drinking till time to go to bed. He little thought the sword that night would part his body and head. And Edwin, he got into bed and scarcely was asleep, when Emma's cruel parents soft into his room did creep. They stabbed him, dragged him out of bed, and to the sea did go. Sent his body floating down to the lowlands low. As Emma, she lay sleeping, she had a dreadful dream. She dreamed she saw young Edwin's blood flowing like the stream. Oh, Father, where's the stranger come here last night to stay? Oh, he is dead, no tales can tell, her father he did say. Dead father, cruel father, you'll die a public show, for murdering my Edwin that ploughed the lowlands low.
Waves touch the coast, are but in twilight's blue. From dawn came the sunlight, and with dusk it fades from our view. Calm embraces the sky, while storms rage in our hearts. For honor, glory, and love, from Advo we do depart. The fire lights the path, and the salt it sprays in our eyes. But warriors born of stone, they are never afraid to die. Bells on the docks, they cry out for the mortal day. And winds sing the dirt for the words we never could say. And sails fly at half-mast in the color of evening's hue. And tears break the silence for the children we almost knew. When dawn kissed the ocean, from the golden night came our birth. And when dusk falls on the harbor, to the golden shores we will return.
Well, Tinker Tanner with eyes so bright, he's in the square today. But come tomorrow's morning light, Tinker Tanner's on his way. Well, Well, Tinker Tanner came to town, his wares are for to sell. And the folk in there did see his wares, and bid they wish him well. With pots and knives for men and wives, and all array of meats. From Ager to the shawl he brings all the sweetest treats. But Tinker Tanner's eye so bright, he's in the square today. But come tomorrow's morning light, Tinker Tanner's on his way. Hey! Well, Tinker Tanner met a man who was 40 daughters high, and the man did give the tinker shelter from the stormy sky. Now many things a tinker is, but to one there is no maybe. And 9 months later the kind old man met 40 tinker babies. Well, Tinker Tanner with eyes so bright, he's in the square today. But come tomorrow's morning light, Tinker Tanner's on his way.
Yay.
Hey.
Oh,
Hello.
hi guys.
Hi, everybody.
This is like the opposite problem from a couple weeks ago. Yeah.
Well, really all they need to do is hear us anyway. It's all that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now they can actually hear me. Cool.
Nice.
And everything is right in the world.
Yes. All right. So how's it going?
Good.
Wow.
Swimmingly.
Swimmingly. Really? You waited a week to say that, weren't you?
No, it just came to my head. You don't
No,
know me
I
yet?
just got it
Whatever I
because-
say literally just pops in my head and goes there.
Sam just caught on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Delayed response.
That's great.
Oh, geez. I swear I did not intend that at all. I just got that.
Unintended pun. It's so punny.
So what better way to start a new, semi-new episode 1 than an inside joke of what happened last week? That's great.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't even intend it that way.
You just say swimmingly naturally.
Yes, I
Nothing
did
to do with the
actually.
shipwreck you guys were a part of. All
Swear to God.
Oh, the sheer ridiculousness. All right. I'm legit at a loss for words right now. How's it going, Kafka? Sorry, we're a minute late there. All right, so...
You better be.
Well, maybe I am. Maybe I'm not. I don't know.
I don't believe it for a second.
Yeah, no. I'm not really. We, for those new, this is the, I guess, the new first session for our Booktube D&D campaign called the Dimhaven. We can start by you guys letting people know who you are playing. Let's see. Just grinding in my D&D session. Hey, cool, Kafka. Britt, you go ahead first. You're the veteran.
Okay. Hi, I'm Britt. I play Jackie, a level 5 sorcerer. And, yeah, she's a piece of work.
Putting it mildly. Her sister was way worse.
Yeah, but she's dead. So.
All right. Jeff, how about you, sir?
I play Ikij Nasnabor, a dragonborn fighter, former member of the Riditome Empire's military. I came into this halfway through, so Ikij is still getting to know some of these members. And yeah, he's a pretty straight shooting guy, pretty level-headed, and just tries to keep things copacetic, I guess, with the group right now. That's about it.
Okay. Sam.
Yes, I'm Sam. I play Aisling, which is a halfling bard, level 5. I don't know. Aishling's kind of feisty. Keeps her cards close to her chest, likes to fight. But she's full of adventure, that one.
Yeah, that's apt. And Stucky.
Hey, I'm Stucky. I'm playing a cleric of the Grave Domain, Belkmore Demantis, level 5. As Eek says, I'm pretty level-headed. I'm blind, as an old accident, and always loves a good bet.
Sounds good. All right. Yeah. So we're picking up in kind of the beginning of the next story arc for the campaign. This all began with Aisling and Jackie's sister and another character. They were, I believe you guys were in prison at the time, and then sent into the enigmatic Dimhaven, which is a portion of forest. It's where everything goes to die. It's decay, it's beast, and it's spreading through the land. That's where the issues begin to arise. Right now, you guys have made your way to the main city of Stonebrook and have been charged to go to the Iron Island to investigate what seems to be a also similar occurrence of what you see in the Dimhaven occurring over there, which is what brought you to where you are now. The previous session played for this campaign, you guys were aboard the ship that got attacked by a sea creature that essentially destroyed the ship, and fortunately for you guys, you were rescued and basically dropped off on the Iron Island itself. So without wasting any time, we are going to pick it up as the ship comes into dock. You guys are rested, and you now are taking a look at the wharf of this rural kind of looking village as you make your way to the Iron Island.
Okay, so are we just coming into land, or are we?
Yep, you guys are docked. Plank is down.
Okay.
People are disembarking. What Stucky did not mention yet is Vel is a native of the Iron Island.
Yep.
So
I am home.
How long has it been since you've been back here?
It's been about a year and a half.
All right.
Yeah, I've been out looking for one of the aberrant people who should be on some boats but have gone off on their own way.
All right. So yeah, what would you guys like to do right now? There's a lot of commotion. The sea creature attacking your ship has been the kind of big news here now. So there's lots of activity. Is there anything specific you guys would like to achieve right now?
Well, we're in Val's home, so.
Well, I'm gonna go up to the first guy I see and it's like, "Yeah, man, did you see that the huge serpent was just attacking the boats?" I didn't.
All right.
I just got the joke.
Chuckles a little.
I'm really slow today.
After that happening, I just want to go to a tavern, sit down, and relax a bit.
I'm thinking of heading up to the church to start. They should be able to give us a place to rest at least.
All right. So Eek is heading towards the nearest tavern. Vel's gonna head towards the church. How about the two of you?
I'm also gonna head to the tavern.
Jackie?
Jackie's gonna follow Aisling, of course.
Hey, bestie. Let's go get drunk.
Oh my god. All right. right, so Vel, it's not going to be difficult for you to make your way up to the church. And the three of you are going to make your way to the tavern. Why can't I find my note? Sorry.
It's all good.
Oh, that's why. Okay. Cool. So you guys stumble upon the cool. The Skillful Hunter Pub. It's pretty much a dive rundown. Like, this whole area you're in is pretty rural. It's not like the major city of Stonebrook like you guys were in before. There's probably about a couple of dozen homes. This rundown little tavern. If you head inside, the place seems fairly busy. There are empty seats, empty tables, just a couple of booths, and everyone seems to be kind of preoccupied with their own things at the moment, so they don't give you much attention as you walk in. Even the bartender is kind of conversing with a few people just at the bar.
Okay, so I'm going to go up to the bar and buy a mug of ale.
All right. Yeah, it's kind of a scrawny looking dude behind the bar. Just a single mug.
Human, I presume.
What?
Yeah. Human, I presume.
Most people you're going to find here are human, at least in this town.
Okay, just checking. Yeah, just a single
mug. Short. Pop it in. That'll be 2 silver pieces.
All right. All I got is gold, so I hand it over.
He looks down at it and looks back at you and says, "Thanks for the tip." With like an innocent little smile on his face.
You haven't been that kind yet, sir.
What?
You haven't been that kind yet.
All right, reaches in and he grabs some silver pieces and lays them on the counter.
Good man.
Yeah, you look like you could literally just like eat this guy. He's so strong.
I am quite hungry too.
How about you, Aisling and Jackie?
I'm gonna saddle on up to Eek and ask her to buy me an ale because I have no money.
Okay, some for my friends.
You're the best.
Right, so you guys get a drink, no problem.
Forgot about my lack of money. I really should start stealing again.
Well, there are people in the tavern.
Thrown out day one.
I know that's what happened.
All right. Let me put this here. Okay.
It's too bad our master gambler is in a church.
Speaking of that,
I just made it home. It's my first time home. First time home in years.
Speaking of that, Vel, so you make your way up to the church. Shit. What was it? No.
Church shit.
I do that first.
Yeah, you do that first.
You never heard of that one.
I was trying to remember the name. Drukina? Drukina, right? Yeah, that's right. Okay. Yeah. So you get up to the Church of Drukina. Inside, there's a couple of people seemingly, kneeling, praying. It looks really like Christian-esque kind of thing, but a little more crude. You don't recognize anybody like personally though.
No? Okay. I'm gonna go to see if I can find the main office. I'm looking for Black Tide, my mentor. See if I can figure out what's been going on lately. Just to say hi, welcome home.
You could find the emissary of guidance, who's kind of like the second of the diocese of the church. It's yeah, you would know where to find him anyway. So let's see.
Okay.
So, it is someone that you know. I'm trying to remember where I put my names to. Oh, Constantine. So Constantine without the E. It's someone you know from the church. Kind of not like good buddies, but you knew in passing when you lived here. But same age, but same build.
Okay. Hello? Hello? I'm just looking around, trying to go towards the, trying to remember where everything was. Hopefully not hitting anything.
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully they don't move anything around.
Well, I don't need to describe anything. That's cool. Yeah, you hear a voice saying, Velcomore, is that you?
Constantine? Hello?
Dear God,
Then I'd make my
didn't
way toward
expect
the
to
voice.
see you again. I thought you were dead.
Thanks. I don't plan on going anywhere yet.
What brings you back here?
I'm in chase of some information. There's a guy who's come to the island that I'm looking for. Have you seen anyone named Damon? Do you know where Black Tide is? Yeah.
Yeah, the Barvugo kid and some general came through here like probably a couple of weeks ago.
Did they say what they were looking for?
Not really. They went off deeper into the island, probably looking for Muris Hold. At least that's the direction they went. And you would know Muris Hold. Muris Hold is a fortification really early in the Redatome Empire, when the Iron Island was this really strategic location and high in resources, but it's been defunct, so it's kind of like a ruined fortress now.
Okay. Did they say what they were looking for in Mira's Hold, or just wanted to go that way?
No, they were pretty tight-lipped about what they were doing.
Okay. All right. So yeah, I'll have to follow that one. Thanks.
Sure.
Is there anything like what's been going on around here? Like what's going on with that beast that tore down our ship? Or is everyone okay here?
You might want to talk to Romario about that. I don't know what's going on with this. Apparently, this is some kind of thing. Like, I don't know why we've never heard of it, but Romario seems to know more. And Romario was kind of like second to the King Bierce, who rules over. So it's odd he's sending it to Romario and not the king himself. But
is the king busy? Is there something going on?
King Bierce hasn't been seen in about 2 months now. Romario's been kind of keeping everything together.
Did something happen?
He went on a hunting trip and just never came back. We can't seem to find him.
Do you know where he was hunting?
Yeah, and then he describes a part of the island, which is actually not that far from Muris Hold, but yeah, just like a heavy forested part of the island, a normal hunting ground.
That shouldn't have any problem for him. He's been hunting there for years. I'll Has anyone has there been search parties? I assume yes.
Romero said
Better
he
be.
sent dozens of people out, but nothing.
I'll go talk to him, see what he has to say, see if there's anything I can help him with.
Okay. All right.
Oh, thanks.
Nice seeing you.
Again, do you know where Black Tide is?
Black Tide was one of
Haven't seen him?
the last search that went looking for King Beer, so I don't know. He has been back in days.
Okay. Days? Okay. No word, no nothing.
Yeah, no.
Okay. Do you know where Romero is right now?
I honestly wouldn't be able to tell you. He's
In the last 2 years, have you moved anything? Furniture?
not to my knowledge.
Good.
Yeah, you should be able to find your way around this place.
Thanks. All right. And I'm gonna head off towards the the king's office, basically, or towards the area where I might be able to find. Is it in the church? I assume yes. Or
No,
is it in another place? I'm gonna
It's
see if I can find
Amber.
Romero.
You're probably looking for the Amber Throne. That's near the other end of the town.
All right, sounds good. Since he's not here, I'm gonna spend a small amount of time praying and then head toward the bar that they probably went towards. See if I can find
All
my
right,
people.
so meanwhile, back at the bar. So you guys get your drinks. What's happening over here?
Okay, so before we start, so is this like the largest community on the Iron Island?
No. This is like the main coastal hub. There is another community further in.
Okay.
But this is where you land.
And so is King Biersk, he's lord over the Iron Island?
More or less, yes. Yes.
Okay.
So his main base wouldn't be here, but it's such a tight knit area that he would have office here as well. That's what the Amber Throne is.
Okay, very good. Very good. Okay.
It's kind of like the other place is bigger, but this is the cultural center. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. This is because I guess it receives more travelers and more outside influence. Okay. So I'm gonna strike up a conversation with the bartender and just ask what the news around town is.
News around town. What kind of news are you asking about? Besides, a mythical sea
Anything.
beast
What's
attacking
exciting?
ships.
Yeah, well, that's old news to me. We witnessed that firsthand.
Really? You were on the ship?
On the ship, we're the ones that slayed the creatures.
Do you actually believe that, or are you trying to make a deception check here? Because you didn't slay the sea beast.
Well, we slayed its minions or whatever was in the Hagen or whatever they were.
Right. He does.
I'll even take out my sword and be like, "You see the blood on this sword? This is the blood of the creatures who invaded
that over a
it."
couple of days.
No, because it doesn't make for a good story then.
I needed proof.
He looks at you. This guy is an older guy, and he's enamored now. He's completely sold. It's wait, you've seen the Malahide in person, really? How did it feel?
Yes, absolutely.
How did it feel?
What's that?
What did it look like? What? And he just rams off a bunch of questions back to back about.
It would have been terrifying for an ordinary man. But me and my colleagues, we held our ground. We did what we could to try and save the ship. Unfortunately, our efforts were for naught.
Give me just a straight up charisma check.
Right. 15.
He is smitten with the tales of your heroic and bravery. Immediately, because I'm assuming the girls are also sitting with you, he literally plops 3 more mugs on the counter. On the head.
Thanks, man.
My man.
Keep up the good work.
But before this eventful tale of the Malahide, what other events were going on in what's the name of the town again?
You didn't ask.
And out of all this time we were spending with Vale, he never told us.
Because I changed the name of the town before we started the session, and I didn't come up with the new one yet.
Sneaky,
this reboot was
sneaky.
supposed to be me being
Time to think on the spot.
Wexford.
Like the Christmas Carol.
And like, you know, Wex Pike. No.
Yeah.
What's Wex's last name? I can't remember now. Botley? Like Botley?
What? No, I don't think so. I thought it was just Pike.
He's a bastard. Okay, yeah. That's right. Sorry. My bad. Yeah, Wexford. He landed in Wexford.
So what were the events of Wexford before news of the Malahide?
Actually, you know what? It was been pretty chaotic here.
I've heard some tales of the Iron Island. Apparently chaos reigns supreme here.
Yeah, but not that kind of chaos. Like, it's been weird. It's been more hostile lately. Like, more hunting parties getting harassed by creatures. King Bierce going missing, for one, is a pretty noteworthy occurrence.
The king is missing?
This is when it all kind of started, actually. Him and his entourage went on a hunting trip, and no one's seen them since. Every scouting party and hunting party all had the same story, being harassed by creatures on the road, and we just assume he's dead.
And no one's been able to find anything.
No one's been able to find any sign of it at all. What was that, Ashley?
How long ago was this?
The king, it was about a couple of months now. And the bartender describes like some of the stories told, and Aisling and Jackie, you guys will remember your time spent in the Dimhaven outside of Brimcham, and a lot of like they talk about gnolls, and they talk about even one particular story involves a giant shadow-like creature walking around the island. So like
Got another one.
So yeah, you guys are getting flashes of the Dimhaven by the sounds of it, which is incredibly weird because the Dimhaven is a localized central thing that's growing that everyone knows about, but it doesn't make sense for it to be affecting the Iron Island.
Have you guys happened to see any weird green mists?
Not personally, but that sounds. What do you mean by green mist? What do you?
You know, just interesting green fogs that should not be green normally.
Like in the sky?
Just, you know, ground level in the air around you.
No, but that sounds really familiar. You guys might want to check in with Remus.
Where would we find him?
Oh, just up the street. A few houses down, and describes one of the more rundown domiciles. Yeah, his kid's been saying a lot of weird things lately. You might want to have a chat.
With Remus?
Well, concerning his daughter, Tadia.
Is she with him, or
No,
is
she's
she
with him.
missing?
She's there. Man, you people are something morbid.
It's the nose.
Yeah, aside from that, and you know, a rich kid and Imperial general showing up, yeah, it's been pretty quiet other than that. He says sarcastically.
Did he happen to have blue tattoos? kind of a douchebag look.
Yeah, that sounds like it. Not so much tattoos. He seemed to be kind of like somewhat kind of glowing blue a little bit. It was really weird. I think he's one of those emotional kids.
He's a warlock more than that.
Oh, God. I'm glad he liked my ale.
Served him here.
If he was here and you're still alive, you should consider yourself a very lucky person.
I will do that. I will consider myself such.
You don't happen to know where we could find the blue douche, do you?
Him and the Imperials went off into the woods. I don't know where they were headed.
Yeah, an entourage,
yeah,
did he?
Again, it was an Imperial general and probably half a dozen other guys. I thought they were Imperials too, but they dressed a lot differently. It was like they didn't have the same kind of armor that the general was wearing. Theirs was more like a darkish brown or reddish color.
Grim Court soldiers.
Well, that's interesting.
You should consider yourself lucky that you're not dead. Hope they don't ever come back.
Yeah, I hear you on that one. There's something off of it then.
I'll say.
That's putting it mildly.
On the bright side, if we find them, you won't have to worry about that. Because I'm going to kill them.
Oh, really? You seem such a nice, kind individual.
I know, looks can be deceiving, can't they? You don't get many Dragonborn around here, do you?
No. I can honestly say you were the first one I've ever seen.
Lucky you.
Has anyone ever asked you, how do you get a warlock to open up?
No.
With a war key. No.
But
sorry, there's this guy.
Don't use that too often.
It sounds better when the other guy says it.
I think that's what this bar needs is some better entertainment.
I only deal with the drinks.
Stick to what you're good at, sir. But in the meantime, I think we'll finish our drinks and go talk to Remus.
Okay. By the time you guys finish your drinks and head to the bar, serendipitously, Vel is walking by the bar as you guys leave.
Well,
No.
I figured I knew which bar they'd go to, considering it was the closest.
Yeah,
in
there's
the
not that
town.
many to pick from in this particular in Wexford. So you're basically heading towards the bar as they're coming out.
Oh, hey.
Hey, Val, where were you?
I went to the church to pay my respects and to get the lay of the land, see what's happened. Haven't been back in a couple of years.
Has a lot changed.
How are the drinks?
Jackie goes to wave at him enthusiastically and then stops.
Oh, God.
Yeah, a lot's changed on the island. I'm not sure what's going on, considering the king is missing, which I need to figure out what's going on. But no one seems to care.
We've heard that.
Yeah, everyone just seems like it's another day, but it doesn't seem like it's a big thing. They've sent out search parties, and one of my friends went on it, but he never came back. Yet they're not, rounding up the troops and sending on. I have no idea what's going on.
Is that, I take it, not their typical behavior?
With the king
Situations
missing?
like this? Well, yeah.
Yeah, with the king missing, not really. You would normally look for the king.
I take it he was a good king.
Yeah, he only went on a hunting trip in an area where he's normally goes, but there was also the Barvugo who went in that direction a little while beforehand, and also he said he had a general with him, and they were going up to one of the old forts, but it's on the way, but it shouldn't have caused any issues. They're not going to run into and kill a king. I can't see, especially with his entourage.
A couple of months ago, and Barvugo was here a couple of weeks ago. So the king went missing first.
Okay,
that was the beginning. That was the catalyst to all the stuff that's going on.
Okay, so
I don't believe in coincidence, so I'm going to say there's a high probability. I think those are linked.
Yeah, the area there were. Well, again, I said he only went to a normal hunting trip in the area. You know, he's been hunting for years. Shouldn't be anything there that'll hurt him. But
You know the
that was a
island
couple
better
years
than
ago.
us.
But that was a couple of years ago.
Now we've heard of creatures in the woods and gnolls and other more dangerous things.
Damn gnolls.
Yeah.
They breed like rabbits.
With anything. 2, 4, 8 legs, they don't care.
They're not particular.
They're great for sword practice, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of the events here sound eerily familiar to some of the events Jackie and I have experienced.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
In the Dimhaven.
So what's in, like, asking this in general, like, is there any place where we can supply up? Do we need any supplies? Like, before we head anywhere or do anything, do we need to gear ourselves up? Does anyone need anything?
Yeah, anything that's like a generic item you could find in probably a small shop in town. So like, if there's anything particular you're looking for, we don't need to role play out your shopping spree. So just like, what kind of things are you looking for?
Well, we need to have gold first.
I was going to say we got to keep it on a budget because between the four of us, we don't have much.
I was just gonna say, is there a lot of people about that I could, just kind of wander off and cut a pocket?
Definitely enough people around to do that.
I still have a bit of gold for my winnings, but it's not a lot. It'll be enough to probably arm us with your basic materials. But if everyone's good, I would like to head towards the hunting ground because I wouldn't mind looking for the king. It's on the way, looking for Barvugo as well.
Now, wait now. Before we do, we were told of a man, Remus, and his daughter, Tatia, who may have information on this anomaly. I think we should talk to them first.
Anything will help.
Okay.
Yep,
I'm just worried about the king.
I think getting armed with information.
Of course, the College of Lord Bard would want the info.
Oh,
yeah,
yes.
Right?
The more you know.
Right.
Start.
I'm a thief, but I'm a cautious one.
No, you just know what you're stealing.
Yeah, exactly. I need to know what the stakes are.
All right, so you guys are going to check out Remus's place? Okay.
Yeah.
So it's a small, single family dwelling not far from the bar. Inside, you do, let's not skip that part. So I'm assuming you knock on the door, or do you just call out? Yeah. So we'll do the pledges.
Knock would be polite.
A sheepish-looking man opens the door and, nods, says, hello, what can I do for you? Very kind of concerned, but not, like, terrified kind of look, you know what I mean? Like, just weary.
Are you Remus?
That would be me, yes.
We don't mean you any harm. There's no need for concern.
These times it's useful to have concern, regardless.
Okay, understandable. I can attest to that. I can appreciate a man who's cautious. We have been sent in your direction by, I never did catch his name, the local bartender there. We are a group of adventurers.
The name I have for bartender was Gregor, and not with an E,
Really?
not same as like Gregor, but Gregor. Yeah.
No.
I knew I liked him. We were pointed in your direction by Gregor. We are adventurers, and we were thinking about setting out and trying to find the king who has been missing. But he described things out in the wilderness, and you may have experienced them, and something about your daughter as well being related to them.
My daughter? What do you mean? What things?
Strange green mist. They call it the Dimhaven.
Okay. He looks you guys over a couple times, and I guess eventually does kind of come to a conclusion that you seem relatively safe-ish, in spite of being heavily armed and decked out to all the hell. He's like, all right, okay, come in. And he lets you guys in. Inside, like I said, it's a single home dwelling. Nothing really luxurious. Mostly just one big room with, looks like 2 offshoots, which you would assume would be bedrooms or bathroom or such, so on and so forth. You see a little girl, couldn't be more than 8 years old, sitting by the fire reading a book as you guys walk in. And he takes a seat. There's a couple of chairs as well if you guys want to take a seat as well. He takes a seat next to his daughter and says, "So what is it we can help you with?"
We're looking for some more information about what's going on in those woods over there. We were told that you guys have seen some interesting things.
At the sound of your voice, she looks up out of her book and sees you guys there. She looks over at Jackie and says, "I'm really happy you didn't fall in the water." And then
He's gone Stephen King on us.
how is that Stephen King? She's not creepy. She's happy. She's smiling. She says it.
She knows things she shouldn't.
That's creepy.
So we all just sit there awkwardly like, how the fuck does she just say?
How does your daughter
Just
know
looking at
that?
Jackie, what does that mean?
She answers, actually. She's like, "I saw it. It was in my
Saw
dream."
it how?
And then this is when Remus fess up. He says, "Yeah, she has these wild dreams. She has this crazy imagination. Don't mind her. I'm not sure what good talking to her is going to do, but yeah." And
Well, I think we'll be very
They're not that
interested in
crazy.
her imagination.
That little girl had a dream about my half-elf friend here. That don't happen every day.
yeah, it was like 3 weeks ago. She had a dream, and she starts to describe it, and literally she describes her dream. It is the encounter you guys had on the ship with the creature, and almost down to every little detail.
So, kid, had any other dreams lately?
Any blue people in them?
Oh, okay. She does
Do any of us
describe
die?
one more dream. When she says a blue person, she describes this dude with like this like half leather like jacket and like blue flame coming from his hand. It's more vague. It's one she had last night. She can't remember all the details per se. It takes a while, and some of the dreams are reoccurring, which is why she remembers some better than others. But she saw that this guy, and then a large man in really regal armor. She describes, with white eyes, and they are shouting at people that she can't see. However, she does say that Eek's voice sounds familiar, so it sounds somewhat like the Dragonborn dude there. And there's another figure that there seems to be like a bluish glow to as well, but she can't make it to details. And he's standing over a couple of bodies on the ground. And you guys are in the heavy forest. She's not as like descriptive as I'm being right now. She's like using young person speak. So it's, but this is the kind of image that she's presenting to you, the way she's talking.
Okay. Interesting.
There's buildings around them, all on fire, and chaos, and yelling and screaming.
These are some pretty heavy dreams for a child to be having.
She looks up with a big smile at your ear. She's like, "Oh, it's just a dream."
Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
I look at the father. How have you been taking it? Are these frequent? Is it every night, every couple of nights?
Vivid imagination, but it's harmless. Just like she said, it's just a dream.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah.
16.
He's clearly not being as forthcoming as he's trying to be, or coming off as forthcoming as he's trying to be. There's nervousness and trepidation in his voice as he's describing. Oh, it's just a dream, almost as if it's more denial than anything else.
Has anyone else come by to check in on you or your daughter, or are we the first people to come over? Or, like, has anyone else other than us been around?
Well, yeah, there was. Was that one guy? He was. Sorry. Yeah, the one of the guys that was with the general came by. It was weird. It was some guy, and he had a girl with him. It was weird. It was the first time I've ever seen a tiefling before. But they came by and they asked Tadia about her dreams too. But
a tiefling.
Did they ask about any particular dream? About any area? Do you remember anything about the encounter, or they just wanted to know what was going on?
Not really. They didn't find out anything more than she just told you. It was the same thing. Jackie, did you just actually say that?
Yes.
Like, yeah, the full-on horns, red skin, tieflings. They kind of look like demons.
Oh, I'm aware of what they look like.
This one was really quiet. This one didn't say anything.
She didn't have...
She just stood there.
And there wasn't a name given? No, she was just...
Names like that?
As far as you can tell, he's being earnest about it. The gentleman's name was Furka, but the tiefling didn't say anything. She was just there with him. She looked at a place. She looked really deadpan too, like there was no expression on her face the whole time. It was weird.
So the general's name was
the
Furka?
guy that came to Remus. It was one of the people I was with, the general. Yeah,
Oh,
the general
okay, it
didn't
wasn't
come
the general
himself.
himself. Okay.
One of the entourage.
I'm gonna take a couple of gold out of my pack and give it to the father, and just basically tell him it's like any help that you can give us about these people would be grateful, and just like where they were headed, any other information about them, what they talked about.
He kind of pushes back your hand from the gold a little bit and says that no, that's not necessary. I really don't have. I don't know anything else. Sorry.
There haven't been any Onis in the area recently, have there?
What's an Oni?
A big, ugly,
As you describe this, he looks over towards you.
giant-looking thing.
Not saying anything, just looking.
What are you looking at?
Nothing.
Keep it that way.
Well, no, they're like big and they look pretty evil. She's trying to help. It's not working very well.
Well, Jackie would know, but Onis are shapeshifters, so I mean, he can look at every way he wants.
Okay. True. Okay.
Can I check to see if it looks like he's still withholding
Sure. Yeah.
information?
19. You are almost certain, like, he's literally telling you everything. He's not holding anything back intentionally. He might have more information, but nothing that he's aware of is good information.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask lean down to the kid and just ask what the last dream that she had, like the most vivid dream lately. Like, is it the one about Jackie on the boat, or has there been one since?
She described for you just then, with basically what will be Barvugo and the general, and potentially you guys. That was her most recent one.
Okay.
She does go into a little more detail when you say this, because she's, again, remembering it on the spot kind of thing. There was another visage in her dream that actually kind of scared her a little bit. It was like a pale bluish, like, skeletal face that was kind of cloaked. Let me see. 1 second on that. There it is. So what she describes looks like this if you have the stream open.
Oh, well, that's terrifying. And also vaguely reminiscent of something we've fought before.
Yep. Seems familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what was the tiefling and Furcus's interest in your daughter?
They didn't say. It was just... They asked about her dreams just like you guys did. And she basically told them the same thing that she told you.
Sir, I'm going to give you a piece of advice right now. You may be too trusting.
Well, they're just dreams.
Don't let any more strangers in your life.
Yeah.
So,
If she ever shouts numbers to you, go buy a lottery ticket. Write them down really quickly.
Just trust those numbers.
But if she starts with your lucky numbers may be, don't bother with it.
So she goes into more detail, like still talking to you about the most recent dream. She starts describing like clothing as well on the face, and you get another kind of image that's now on the screen as well.
Mm.
Yummy.
That's definitely very familiar.
Well, charming group of folks you got going on here.
This is probably as much as we're gonna get from here. We should let them live in peace now.
Keep an eye on her.
Mm-hmm.
Please don't. If anybody else comes asking about her dreams, I'd play dumb.
It's probably a good idea.
And do a better job of it.
That is probably a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Don't let any more strangers in your house.
Like, we're trustworthy, but, you know, just saying, not everyone is.
Would they be able to stop somebody if they wanted to come in?
Ashley's just gonna, like, give him a look, like, well, I mean, let us in.
Alright.
Thank you, Remus and
Child.
Yes,
Thank you, Remus and child.
Oh, God.
Forgot her name.
It's all good.
Alright. Yeah, the only other person that I could think of to talk to about the king portion would be Romero. He was this king second hand. He's taking care of these search parties. They have sent out multiple, but no one's ever come back.
Well, okay, I want to, I guess, rephrase or retcon that. Some of them, not that they all go missing, is that they don't find anything. They go out for days and
okay,
they come back with tales of being attacked by creatures, and this is where all the Dimhaven stories come from.
Okay.
But
okay.
Yes, they have suffered casualties. That is the thing.
Yeah, okay. We can talk to him.
So yeah, I guess we'll make our way up to the near the Amber Throne to see if we can find Romero.
He has actually taken upon himself to front the most recent search party. So you find the guards basically outside the temple, and they say, "Yeah, Romero's not here. He literally left earlier today before the ship docked to head into the forest."
Maybe we should follow on their tails, see if we can catch up.
All right. So no stalking or anything. You guys just gonna head on in.
Yeah,
well,
I'm
I will
good.
pick up some rations, I guess. I don't know, 20 days worth, I'll say.
20 days, that's fine. Okay. So, from here, you guys are going to make your way into the thick of it. So what is your intention? What is your aim here? Immediate aim.
Mine is to try and go to the near the hunting grounds where the king was supposed to be. That's what I'm looking to do.
Okay.
Not sure. Everyone else want to follow? You want to go that way? The general and Barvugo were headed in that direction to an old fort just beyond.
Mm-hmm.
So
roughly
if we
the
head
same
one way-
direction.
Yeah, so if we head this way, we're making our way towards the Mira's Hold, which is the old fort that they were headed towards.
By next week.
Okay.
Okay.
So if we head up this way, we'll actually be able to head them both off if we can. Might be able to
Yeah,
catch
let's
the
do
Dimhaven Barvugo first, and then if we do, we'll take care of them and check on the king afterwards. But we'll see how far they've made it in their time. Hopefully, we find a body.
And they have money.
Fair enough. Alright, whoever is taking point on this, I need you to give me a survival check.
Blind.
I'm
I guess that'll be me.
I know the direction. It's that way. I pointed a random direction. Remember, blind.
Oh my god. That was funny.
So, who is taking the point on this?
I don't know. Will I take point or Aisling or?
I'll take point.
Yeah, you don't want Jackie taking point.
All right, so yeah, give me survival.
Just okay. 16.
Okay, and what were you gonna say?
19. Oh, just a second.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a very good chance I'm not going to be taking point on anything.
but you're so capable, and you know the place so well.
Yeah.
See,
So
now
we
that's
walk
something I was
Sorry,
going to ask.
somebody is outside on a ladder, and I thought I heard somebody fall, but we're okay.
What?
Oh.
Sam, I know you like Christmas, but it's not
Nobody's-
actually Home Alone. Like, with National Lampoon's.
We're not even in December yet.
What are you talking about?
Was
She's trying to make
outside
it
putting up
difficult.
lights, and I heard like a big crash, so I thought they fell. It's okay. Nobody's dead.
All right.
Yeah, so she's leaning out trying to make a dex check, try to catch him.
Okay, sorry. Do I
No,
need
no.
to do anything?
So you gave a survival check as a 19. So you're able to pick
Yeah.
up the trail of Romario and his party.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna the tracks are relatively old. It looks like they got almost like a day's lead on you.
Okay.
So you guys are going to continue to proceed. Are you just going to proceed right on through until dusk? Okay.
Yeah. I'm fine with that. Or how about you guys?
Yeah, I don't see any reason why not.
You get probably about an hour before sundown, and you begin to notice that a lot of the greenery around you, the foliage, is starting to become less green and yellow and more brown, and black, and like you're entering what Jackie and Aisling definitely recognize to be Dimhaven-like conditions. Eek and Vel, you've never been to the Dimhaven, but you've heard of it. And this is probably kind of what you pictured it to be. So yeah, if you guys didn't know you were on the Iron Island and not in the Dimhaven itself, you would assume that's where you were.
What does it smell like?
Death and mold and
Decay.
No, I'm just going to point out, I don't know if you remember, I actually put in my backstory that Eek has been to the Dimhaven. That was actually part of what he was doing
I thought it was like
before.
working like with the Dimhaven stuff, but not actually within it. Oh, but okay, no, we can. Yeah, that's fine. So you recognize it as well.
Well, I mean, maybe he didn't enter it, but it was his units. That was kind of what their purpose was. Just before he kind of got ousted was investigating the Dimhaven.
But like, that's right. It just not a lot of it actually would take place in the Dimhaven itself. It's more of the creatures and stuff, and because you were in charge with the protection of the Empire as well, and the Dimhaven technically falls outside of the boundaries of the Empire. It's like on the border.
Okay.
But yeah, no. It's good enough that your expertise in enough you would recognize it as well. So yeah, you're right. You're right on that.
Okay.
So yeah, you guys are basically back in the Dimhaven at this point. It's like dead. It's basically picture Mirkwood in Lord of the Rings. Dead trees, just this musty smell in the air. It literally feels like you are walking through death.
It's a great vacation spot.
So,
Home
sun
sweet
is
home,
beginning to
eh,
go down.
Yeah.
So, what do you guys like to do?
Well, my recommendation, based upon my experience in the Dimhaven, is to not continue walking at night. So I'm for, camping out.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can set up camp on the outskirts.
Okay. So, with your 19 survival, I'll say it's not that hard to find a defensible position. Set up camp. What were you going to say there, Vel?
I could cast a spell to see if it would be advisable to move forward or not. Whether it's better to camp out or if we have the ability to continue. Might give us some insight on whether it's a good idea or not. Probably isn't. Exactly.
I hate Augury so much.
Yeah, it basically gives us an insight on what will a plan that we're about to take within the next 30 minutes will whether it's a good idea or a bad idea. Now, if we want to continue or if we do just want to rest, we can easily just hold up camp.
Well, Aisling is the leader. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're going to cast Augury?
So, yeah.
Wait, so,
I vote
yeah.
Yes. It's yeah, basically the spell allows me to, as it say a plan we're planning on taking within the next 30 minutes, and the DM would let us know whether it's a good idea, bad idea, or what kind of, how it will work out.
You'll get one of 4 responses: wheel, woe, wheel and woe, or nothing.
Yeah. So
how are you casting your Augury?
I'll cast it.
Because you can use gem inmate sticks, you can use rolling dragon bones, you can ornate cards. How exactly are you using Augury?
I'm gonna go with the sticks.
So you have like stick. Okay.
Yeah. Actually, no. I'll lay the ornate cards. I have the cards on hand.
Okay. So this
Use them to gamble
is you receive an omen from an otherworldly entity about the results of a specific course of action that you plan to take within the next 30 minutes. What course of action would that be?
Continuing on during night.
Continuing on during night. Okay. The response you get for your Augury is woe.
Okay. We make camp.
Aces are like, oh.
Yeah, it was the expected answer, but
It's good to know for sure.
yeah, I might have been able to gain a couple of more, because if they expect that it's bad to camp or bad to go out on night and they camp and we know it's good to go out on night, we might gain some ground on them.
Yep.
So, all right, you're gonna make camp. All right, so the sun falls. Is everyone keeping watch, or are you all gonna sleep?
Somebody should keep watch.
Well, I'll take a shift. I guess. I guess Vale can't take a shift.
Well, he's got deadly hearing. Yeah.
You can listen.
Yeah, I can hear a lot of really good stuff. So I'll know what's going on, and if someone's coming up. But I mean, it's probably better if they're even being stealthy because I might be able to hear what they're doing compared to.
Do half elves sleep like normal people, or do they do like that 4-hour meditation like elves?
I believe half elves get to do the 4 hours.
Really?
Damn. Wish that was real life.
No, never mind. No. Half elves do sleep like normal. So if
yeah, they don't have the meditation.
I guess we got to work it out. Everybody does 2-hour shift.
Yeah,
that works for me.
Sounds good.
Cool.
If it matters, I'll take first watch.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, what's the order? So Eek first, then Aisling, then
I'll go.
Okay.
I'll take third.
Eek.
Okay.
That's 2 different percentiles. That's not what I want to do. Okay. Eek, your pass uneventful. So does Aisling.
Okay.
Ooh.
You know something's coming up when it's me.
Well,
You guys won't
give me a
believe me ever
perception
again.
Of course, the blind one sees
That's what I
something.
said, you won't believe me.
Yeah.
Perception?
15?
15.
Okay. You hear approaching footsteps, snapping of branches. It's not trying to be quiet.
Hmm.
Does it sound like one thing or
It
multiple
sounds like
things?
something large.
Large?
Dun dun dun.
Who's already
Is it-
taken the watch? It's
Jackie's old enough after you.
Myself and Ethan.
okay. That's who I'm gonna wake up.
Okay.
I hear something.
Oh.
I hear something coming. It's big.
Okay, so should we wake everybody else up, or is it just you and me?
Does it sound like it's coming in this direction, or like just like walking by?
Direction.
Okay, wake everybody up.
Okay.
Jackie, give me a perception check when he wakes you up. Yeah.
Perception? Okay. 17?
Okay. So he wakes you up and says, something's coming, whatever. You get up, you're kind of groggy. When you get up and look around, you actually see it approaching. And it looks like this.
I swear to God, they're never gonna let me go on.
Oh, son of a bitch.
Yeah, I'm never gonna be on watch again.
We kind of don't have an option.
It's not like right on top of you. It's still like approaching, but it's slowly like lumbering.
Look at his
lumbering
hands.
towards you guys.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, wake everybody up.
Wake up.
Aisling, we've got company.
Move. There's something coming.
So I guess a perception, like this thing probably isn't close enough for her to like make a perception check or anything, right?
It depends on what you're trying to perceive.
Like, just like get a feel for like what it could
that wouldn't
be.
be perception. That would be, in this case, Arcana.
Okay. Well,
You
that's a
have
crit
no idea.
1.
It's a big thing that looks like a giant skeleton.
What does it look like?
It's a big thing that looks like a giant skeleton.
You can
Can I
describe
use,
it to him so that Vel gets the actual picture that Sucky sees.
Okay. It also looks like it's got some huge hands.
Do we know how far away
Right
it
now
is?
it's with 40 feet away, give or take.
Oh fuck! We should all
actually, no.
like burrow
no,
into
probably
the
further,
earth.
like 50 or 60.
Okay.
Still.
How long does this last? Until the end of your next turn. That's not long enough. Do you think we can hide from it? Like if it would just walk by, or do we want to try and deal with it?
I don't think we should deal with this thing.
Yes,
Are we
yes,
all
you're
awake
all
at this
awake.
point, by the way? Or are we still...
Do you think it can climb trees? Are trees safe?
I just think that we should, not try and fight it.
Nonsense.
I
I say we kill it.
I mean, it looks pretty dead to me.
I'm gonna use Eyes of the Grave. It's an action to know the location of any undead within 60 feet.
Undead. Yep.
Okay. That isn't behind total cover and that isn't protected by divination. Is there only one? Okay,
Within
that's all I
60
wanted.
feet.
Was do we only see the one?
There's only one within 60 feet.
Okay. Okay.
I think one's enough.
Actually, it's like, God, dear God, I don't want to fight this.
Aishling's about to cast invisibility on herself and be like, y'all have fun.
Would this be a creature that would hang out in the Shadowfell, or no?
It potentially could, yes.
So would Jackie know anything
She
about
would
this?
if she would have rolled higher than a crit 1 when she tried to find out.
Okay, fair enough.
Sorry, man. Nice talk.
I tried.
So what are we going to do? I personally vote for not attacking this thing.
Well, if we don't make a decision soon, we might not have much of a choice.
Yeah, to be honest, so if we can hide, I mean, might not be bad to hide.
Yeah.
But if not, then I think we're gonna have to hit it head on. And if we could, maybe surprise it at some point. Like, does it seem like it knows that we're here?
It's
just coming.
Well, you wouldn't notice it, but it is staring at Vel like specifically as it's walking forward.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh,
that's nice.
Well, I'm drawing my weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I'm gonna cast aid. Yep. Yeah, I'm just gonna cast aid level 2. Do I get to increase the number of? No. I do not. So everyone gets an extra 5 hit points.
Oh, cool.
Yay!
Yeah, like
That's going to be needed.
Yeah, right? It's a maximum increase, so it's not temporary. So you can still get the benefit of temporary hit points.
Can I attempt to cast a spell? Can I cast suggestion and suggest that it go back from whence it came?
You can certainly try. Let me see.
Probably immune.
Are you asking the group if you want to cast this, or are you asking me if you can cast it and you're going to cast it? Okay.
I'm going to cast it.
So just so I know, because I don't have the live feed, so this is a roughly giant skeleton?
Yeah. It's a giant. It's a huge skeleton with giant arms and like long claws, and yeah, kind of looks like he's wearing wizard's robes or sorcerer's robes. Are kind of tattered. So not just like a skeleton, but like a beefy one. Suggestion. Okay. What is your suggestion?
For it to just go back from where it came from. To turn around and to walk away.
At the sound of you casting suggestion and commanding it to do such, you see the head slightly turn from Vel and look directly at you, and start.
Oh God!
And the pace subtly increases, and he starts walking faster, walking towards you. It's directly
that's
towards
nice.
you, not looking at anything else.
Can I now cast invisibility?
I gotta see what everyone else is doing first because they get actions now too. But
Well, I place myself right in front of Aisling.
Thanks.
okay.
Yeah.
Jackie, do you have an action you would like to do?
And
Val, you can also do an action. We're not in initiative yet, but we're getting there.
Then I'm.
Oh wait, no, you did 8.
I'm gonna
would be
go.
your action. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say I did 8. I was wondering if
Forgot
we got another one.
Jackie, do you have anything you want to do?
I mean, not anything that wouldn't
Okay.
draw
That's
attention
fine.
to us.
Did you cast?
It already
a
knows
spell
where we
to
are.
See if the undead within 60 feet, or is
It's not a spell. It's one of my abilities. Yeah, it's one of the grave abilities. It's Eyes of the Grave.
as you guys are seeing this creature walk towards you guys, almost like in a poof, you all of a sudden no longer see him.
Oh.
It like
Great.
walks, and like there's a tree, I guess, kind of like in the movies, how something passes in front of you, and on the other side it's gone. That's kind of what it does. It's walking towards you, then all of a sudden something breaks your line of sight, and then it's gone.
Why does that always happen around us?
We have really,
So do you have to activate your Eyes of the Grave?
we have really bad luck.
Do you have to activate?
Yeah, I'm
Okay,
gonna trigger it again. Yeah.
It's slightly in a different location, but still walking towards you, just off to the side now.
Okay.
Tricky little bastard.
How much closer is it?
Can I hear it or smell it?
Well, I mean, you could roll perception to see,
Okay.
because technically you do have the option.
Well, and that's why I'll ask this directly. So, does it emit a smell?
No, you would be trying to find it by sight, in this case.
Or hear it?
You could, yeah. Like I'll give you the benefit for that, but the armor's not gonna help you with that.
Well, either way, I will. No, well, that only helps
yeah,
with
it's
smell.
not a
so that's why
primarily
I was asking that. I rolled a 22.
You roll.
Is it? How much closer is it?
40 feet.
Okay, I'm gonna point in the
And when
direction
you guys,
that it's at.
When you guys look over, you
It's
can
that way.
see it. Now that he's pointed out, you can see him.
Okay.
It's just very very comfortable in dim light and darkness, so it's really adept at hiding and keep itself concealed. So not a magical means.
So, does that mean it doesn't like light?
You gonna cast light on it?
Maybe.
No, I don't have that spell. I've banished it from my repertoire.
Oh man, now's the time for it.
I do have some
All
sort
right,
of
at
light
this point,
spell,
I'll
though.
give you all one more action before we start.
Can I cast Minor Illusion and like make an image that looks like me but away from me?
Okay. Sure.
Like a duplicate, and then I'll cast it and then walk away, like put it where I was standing and then move away.
So basically, you want to make it mirror image.
Yes.
Give me a stealth
That's
check
exactly.
as you try and pull this all off.
Ooh.
Is it really good or really bad?
25.
All right, so
Really good.
you poof an illusion right in front of you, like exactly the way you were standing, and then you immediately back away and like go off to the side, his head still stays fixated on the illusion.
Yes.
God damn it.
Okay, so
40
how
feet
far
at this
away is
point.
he? Oh, damn. Too far. No, there's not much Eek is going to do. He's just
Okay.
standing ready, prepared to fight things. Well, actually, what I will do is I am going to move closer to him, so that he is within 30 feet of me, and I'm going to unleash my acid breath.
Acid breath? Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah.
And with that, we'll find out how well the acid breath did next week.
Oh, snap.
Wow.
Because this is not going to be a battle that's going to be finished in 20 minutes.
No, and hopefully we'll all live.
Yeah.
So yeah, that'll be a great start to next session. Eek letting go of acid breath and then a big brawl.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting that.
I wasn't either.
Whenever I do it, I always picture it like Reptile too, so I need a little mask over my face and then.
Yeah, I think the same thing.
That's funny.
All right, so no actual fighting. Well, not yet, but next week we'll make up for that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And I'll have a map for the Iron Island next time. I intended to have it ready for this time, but I didn't get it ready. So how you guys doing? How you like it?
It's good. It's getting
Good.
exciting.
Yeah.
Minus the skeleton creatures.
Yeah.
Creature.
It was mixed.
Well, I mean, people have seen others, so.
It could be worse. We could be fighting Cthulhu.
You're on the Iron Island with the drowned god. You really want to put that idea in my head?
No.
Vale meets his god.
Right?
Yeah.
And he realizes he made a bad choice.
All right. Well, that's gonna conclude our first journey on the Iron Island, and we'll pick up here next week. So say goodbye.
All right.
Yay!
Sounds good.
Bye.